Okay, you're welcome back. You're welcome back to the session. Remember to mute yourself. Please, the link has been dropped on the chat. Kindly use the link. It's the same link. You just have to rejoin the meeting again. All right, I see people are still joining. Please, if you've joined and you can read me loud and clear, comment loud and clear in the comment section. Okay. I see more persons are still joining. Please try to join using the link again. This is the second section. Thank you for coming back. I truly appreciate your efforts. And your patience too, I truly appreciate. Thanks for coming back to this live section. Okay, more persons are still joining. All right, if you can see the Excel screen once again, comment right on. Okay, I believe a good number of persons have joined. So let us continue from where we stopped now. Okay, so I was trying to enter the dates into the date column here. I'm going to demonstrate that again. Now I say I typed the date format ranges from, so it's months, day, and then year. So the month is April, the day is 1st, and the year is 2023. Now, once I enter, all I need to do is two things. Either I come to this little edge that is thicker, click there and drag it down. And then Excel is going to filter for the rest. Remember that this serial number was supposed to get to 20, to 30 rather. Let me increase that to 30. Good. Now, if you look carefully, you find out that from number 10 is showing something like hash. That means the size of the column needs to be expanded. I'll come to the top here, click here, and then expand it. Sure, then you cannot see. Now I'm also going to drag down to make sure I get all. Now this is the first thing that you can do. Let me undo it. Let me wipe this part again. Now, another way to automatically just apply this command to the other cells is click here, come to this place where I have this small ticker dots, double click there, and it is going to filter it for the rest of each row. So let's assume we have about 1,000 rows. Once you apply that, in the twinkle of an eye, every column gets their dates entered. Okay, now having done with serial number and dates, the next thing here now we'll have a unit sold. Remember, these records are to be collected from maybe a sales record book or something. Now I'm going to copy the record values. Going to copy it from this side. I was supposed to type it original, but I don't want to type it right now. So after highlighting, you right click and copy. Remember that you can also use your shortcut key as Ctrl+C. Now, to paste it, it has been formatted, so I'm not going to paste it with the format. So I'm going to paste just numbers. Good, exactly. This is what I want. Now, in this sold unit, we see the number of units that were sold in a given day of the month. You notice that some are higher while others are lower. Now, the next is the sales price. The sales price is constant. That is 7, while cost price is 4. Now, in sales price, since the item is worth $7, of course, we can apply the dollar to this amount to show that it is in dollar. Excel have that by default. If you see on this menu here, you see the dollar sign. You can just apply that, yes. So by doing that now, it now shows that these amounts are in dollar. Now the sales price is $7. I'll just type 7. Now, since is a flat for each item, it is the same item that we are selling. So I'm going to apply it to the rest of the rows by double clicking on this edge here. So everybody gets 7 as the sales price. While the cost price is 4. So I'm going to enter 4 and do the same thing, apply it to the other columns by double clicking here. Remember also that these amounts are in dollars, so I'm going to highlight it, then apply the dollar from the menu there, and also this in dollar. Are we following? Please comment right down if you're following what I'm doing, please. Please comment right down in the comment section. Let me know how many persons are following. Okay, we are following. So you see what I've done so far. I've been able to import this data. I copied it from a different column and I've formatted it. Data format is very, very important. As you can see that these unit sold are all in US dollar, and also the sales price, they are all in dollar and cost price. Now the computation now starts. This is actually what was given to the data analysts, the raw data itself from sales. Now, some of the things we're going to be computing, we'll have TSP, which is total sales price. And then here we'll have TCP, which represents total cost price. Then we'll have VAT, which is going to be 6.5% of the sales price. And then we'll have the gross TSP, the profit margin, and also the sales personnel are going to be getting a gift item depending on the number of sales they made in their given day. And then we are going to be able to rank these sales, the profits, to know which profit is bigger than the other. Now to the first calculation here, which is, let me see if I can increase my system view. Good, I believe you can see it clearly. Now for TSP, total sales price is going to simply be, I believe you are very familiar with some of these calculations. It is going to be units sold multiplied by sales price. That will give us the total sales price. So I'm going to say equal to, and of course, open a bracket. Then I'll click on the units sold, which is E3. Then I'll add my multiplication. Multiplication is asterisk, the star, multiplied by sales price. Then I'll close it. So for total sales price on day 1, multiply units sold by sales price. And then we'll have that amount. Now, automatically, I'm going to apply it to the other rows by double clicking on this edge. And boom, every other deal's total sales price is out for the rest of the days of the month. Similarly to total cost price is equal to, I'll open my brackets, units sold, then asterisk for multiplication, multiplying that by the cost price. I'll close the brackets and enter. So this is the total cost price for all units sold on the first day of the month. I'm going to double click here to apply it also. Fantastic. You see that it's applied it up to the 30th day of the month automatically. Now, remember that this function was entered at the first place here. So this place, if you alter this, the outcome is also going to change. Okay, now for the VAT. Okay. Now the VAT is going to be a percentage of the sales price. So that's 6.5% of the sales price. So I'll say equal to brackets 6.5, then I'll add the percentage sign. Then multiply by total sales price.
6.6.
I wrote 6.6. Now, if there is a mistake, one can edit it by coming back to this function bar here. So I can edit this place back to 6.5. Thank you. And then enter. The value will change. So have that 170.17 US dollars. So I'm going to apply it. Okay.
That's 6.6 value.
Please mute yourself, please. Okay, remember that each of these values are all in US dollars. So I'm going to highlight the whole of this range and then apply my dollar sign to it. Okay. Now for the gross total sales price here, it is going to be the addition of TSP and VAT. That will give us the gross. So it's going to be addition of.
So please verify your value added tax. I think it's 6.6 you use.
Please mute yourself, If you have something, you can put it on the comment section. Okay, so for the gross is going to be TSP plus VAT. How do I do that? I'll say equal to, I'll open my brackets. I'll come and click on total sales price, then plus the VAT. Then I'll close it. So this gives us our gross TSP. I'll apply it to others. Okay. Now to the most important aspects of this computation. Every business venture needs to know their profits. Now we are going to compute the profit margin. And simply this profit margin is going to be the difference between total sales price and total cost price, as illustrated here. Yes, F5 and then G5. Okay, that's very correct. So to get the profit margin, we're just going to take the difference of this total sales price and total cost price. So I'm going to say equal to, then the first cell here for total sales price, that's H3, then minus my total cost price. That will give us our profits. Oh, that's good. So this profits are about $1,122. I'll come here and double click to apply it. You can see the profit margin for every other day. Some actually got up to 10,000, and I can see 11,000 something here. So this is a good profit margin. And you also notice that some days, because sales was higher, the profit margin is also going to go higher. Please, are we following what I'm doing? Please comment right down if you're with me with what I'm doing so far. Comment right down. Okay, someone is asking why I didn't put open and close in the profits. Let me check that. Okay, because we are just, subtraction is basically with two items. So whether you put that open and close parentheses, it will still work. I can still add it, open and close. Now, the parenthesis is very important, especially when we start demonstrating the next item, which is ranking, because when you're ranking items, you will need to use parentheses to separate them accordingly. So that is it. So because it's just two things we are doing, whether you add the parentheses or not, it's still going to compute H3 minus I3. Is that okay? Okay, someone can't hear. You need to connect with your audio to be able to hear. You need to connect with your audio. Okay, the next thing I'm going to demonstrate is these gifts. Let me come back to the source file here. Now, in the gifts here, we have that. Let me copy this. Now, have that if profits, if a sales personnel makes a profit that is greater or equal to 6,000, we'll give that sales personnel an iPhone. Then if the sales profits is less than or equal to 4,000, the person will get a smart TV. Maybe it's a promotional month for them. Then if it is greater or equal to 2,000, the person gets a microwave. Greater or equal to 1,000 gets a t-shirt. And then those less than 1,000 will get a face cap. I'm going to bring a simple format of what it should look like. Now, to do ranking, it looks like something like this. Let me paste this. Now, first of all, you're going to enter an if command because it's a conditional statement that we are going to use. Now, if an item is greater or equal to something, then what is going to display? And then you continue it. This is called a nested if because it's going to be a continuous if. Now, observe that for each if statement, you're opening parentheses. For each if statement, you're opening parentheses. And at the end of the day, the very last one, you're not going to add any if again. So that is now what it's going to be. And you're going to close your parentheses the number of times it was opened. So pay attention as you do that. So remember that this gift is going to be based on the profit margin. So very simple. We'll start by saying equal to. Remember, every function must start with equal to. Then if I open my parentheses, if my L3, the first one is greater or equal to 6,000, comma, then I'll open a column. This column now is what is going to display iPhone. Sorry. Okay, display iPhone. Then I'll close that double parenthesis and put comma again. Then the next if statement, if again, that same value, which is L3, is greater or equal to, the next category is 4,000. If it is greater or equal to 4,000, then that person will get a smart TV. So the person gets a smart TV. I'll close parentheses, put my comma. Then I continue with the if again. Now, if again, I'll put my brackets, that same value is greater. If I have to minimize my zoom. If it is greater or equal to 2,000, then the person gets a microwave. Close the parentheses. Then the next category, I will go with my if again. If, remember, all is with respect to this cell, L3, which is our profit margin. If L3, let me adjust this. If L3 again is greater or equal to, this is now $1,000, comma, then it is going to display t-shirts. The person gets a t-shirt. What sound? What sound is that? Okay. So after that, after the t-shirts, now the next thing now is the people who are less than 1,000. So very simple. All I'm going to say is after that display, comma, then it's not going to display the very last one. So that one will not put any if statements. We'll just say fiscal. Now we are going to be closing all the parentheses. Let me count. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parentheses there. So I'm going to be closing them. 1, 2, 3. Please mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself. I don't know who is active there. Please mute yourself. Thank you. All right, now having entered all that, I'm going to click enter. Wonderful. Immediately I click enter, can you see that? Can you see that? This person made a profit of 1,122. So the person is going to get a t-shirt. Let me filter that now. Let me apply it. Good. Now, can you see that? Now, for every salesperson, what they are going to get is now in display. Do we see people with t-shirts? Okay, microwave. Oh, this is good. This person is getting an iPhone because sales is very high. This is above 6,000, and the person is getting an iPhone. Please, did we follow with that? Do we follow with this if statements on ranking? So with this now, we can just know what you're going to give to everybody. This is how most companies used to select their winners over time. That's those who scored between so value to so value. Now, like the one you can see here, it can be used in student grading system from excellence to, of course, fail. So depending on what category you're looking at, we have seen how we can be able to apply a kind of ranking to these data sets. That is a category for each particular person here. Now, the next thing we're going to do now is, suppose we want to know which of this profit margin is the biggest in this space. That will result to what we call the rank. That will result to ranking. And the command is just simple. The command is just simple. This is the rank command. Let me paste it here. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Okay. So this is the rank command. It's pretty simple. We are going to be ranking from the first day to the very last day. So it's just going to be simple. We say photo, then rank. The command is rank. Now we are going to be ranking from M3, which is the first day of the month. And then we'll rank it. The dollar sign is used to rank from M. Then you put the dollar sign again. Then 3. And then 2. Remember the 2 we use when we are doing sum. We're going to rank it from M3 to, put the dollar sign again. Now we need to scroll down to know the very last column. So this is going to be M32. So we are ranking from M3 to M32. So that would be M. Then we'll put the dollar sign and put 32. Okay. Now, if you scroll, you're going to see that the entire column is highlighted. So it is going to rank Sorry, please. Now, this rank is not going to follow our gifting. Rather, it's going to follow our L, which is our profits. We are trying to rank this profit margin. Let's know which profit margin is bigger. So I'm going to change this to L, not M. So L. L. Good. So we are ranking from L1 to L32. That's the end of the rank. I'll just put command add 0 there. So close it. Let me check if every part is highlighted. Awesome. Now we are ranking from L3 to L32. Now this person is number 26. Let me filter. Good. Who took first? So the best sales was gotten on what day? Let me compare that now. Okay. On the 16th, we have the best sales here. Now, everybody is having a rank here from number 1 to the very last one. Of course, in the ranking system, if 2 persons have the same sales, they are going to share it and the rank will skip. Those familiar with ranking will understand what I'm saying. So this is the rank. Now, the test all set. All computations have been done. Now, to be able to now understand how this data performed, we'll need to make some adjustments to it. I need to adjust.
Is the charger working? It's working.
Okay, down here, suppose we want to calculate the total for each of these particular items. Let me see here, we have total.
Hide my charger.
Okay. Now, the first total here I want to calculate, we want to check the total number of units that was sold in this particular given month. So it's simple, equal to sum, then you open your brackets. We are taking the total from E3 to E30. Total of E3.
I don't want to taste this. If I taste it now,
please mute yourself, mute yourself. Please, the rule is you have to mute yourself. You have to mute yourself so you don't distract others. Once you're connected, you mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, so we are taking the sum from E3 to E32. I will close it and enter. Now, the total number of units sold is 45,900 and... Sorry, there's something that's not supposed to be done here. This units is not in dollar, so there is no need applying that dollar sign to it. Let me see. I'll have to copy it back. Hold on. The units are not in dollar, they are just item. I'll copy, then come back to this place. Now paste it as just number. Now observe what happened. Immediately I removed units sold, every other item have been affected. So let me try to paste it again. Copy. Paste as number. Okay, let's just leave it. But remember that these units are not in dollar actually. Now I've been able to compute the total for this first. I can just apply it. Once I drag it to the right, it's going to give me the total for every other item. Some are very big, so we need to expand to be able to read it. Good. I may not be needing any form of total for the gifts or for the rank. Now from this place, let me highlight here. Now this place gives you the total profits that was made from this month. It gives the total profit that was made from this month. Okay, now let's see how we can format this table a little. I'm going to highlight the entire table now. I'm going to highlight the entire table. That is all. Okay. Then I need to go to my excuse me, I'm looking for my design. Okay, one other thing I wanted to do also is, supposing we want to sort this data using, supposing we want to sort it using this rank, so that the first person will come to the top and then followed by the subsequent ones. So I'm just going to highlight this column, then right click on it and then say sort. Then I'm going to sort it from smallest to largest, which is from number 1. Good. Now with this sort, it has affected every other column. Every other column have been affected. Let me also try my okay. By simply doing that, we have seen that this thing has been sorted from number 1 to the very last person on the rank here, which is 29. And also it has affected everything. Even when you go back to the days now, you find out that it has changed. So the best sales was made on the 16th, giving it number 1. And of course, the sales personnel gets an iPhone. And this next thing I want to demonstrate is the filter. Okay, so get the filter, I'm going to first of all highlight the entire work range. And then I'll come to formatting table. I can choose any table formats of my choice. And okay, good. Now by formatting table by default, you see that something that looks like a list, a drop-down list falls here. So this drop-down list is used to filter. For instance, if I want to filter a particular range, let's say filter number. Let's see the top 10 sales here. Top 10, okay. Now, can you see this? If I apply that filter, it is going to display just the top 10 sales, ranking from number 1 to number 9. Okay. I can go back there now and let me undo it. This is the full data. So, filter is used to get to when you want to concentrate on a particular section of a data, you can use this filter. Remember, I applied it when I entered this table formats. The filter will automatically apply. Let me try a different filter. Let's say we want to look at below the average. Okay. So let me return the actual data. This is what it is. And also, oh, no. Now I'm going to sort it again with serial number so that the thing will be balanced following sequential order from the first day of the month to the very last day. So I'm going to sort, right click here, then sort it from smallest to largest. Good. So the thing is balanced again from day 1 to the 30 and all the sales. All right, so basically what we have done now is we've been able to prepare a simple spreadsheet which has computed the total sales price of a given unit of item for a particular day, and we're able to apply the function to other days of the month to get the sales for each of those days. And then we computed the total cost price, obtain the VAT. The VAT is a percentage, and you can see the function here, 6.5% multiplied by H3. So the VAT is 6.5% of TSP, 2.5%, 6.5% of TSP. And then for the gross TSP, that is when we add up the VAT plus TSP, we got our gross TSP. Again, for the profits, profit is just simply sales price minus cost price. We all know that. So by the time we check the difference between TSP and TCP, we obtain our sales price. And then remember, everything we are doing here, you are only applying it on the first row. Every other one is going to be automatically applied by default. And then in the ranking here, we have a ranking. The management said those who made a profit greater or above $6,000 should be rewarded with an iPhone. And subsequently for others, their rewards are all here. So we're able to apply that using the nested if command. So this is a very fine function that Excel can handle. And then we're able to get that. Now for the ranking, we use the rank command to get the rank to know which sales personnel took first, for instance. And then in filter, if I want to get, let me see if I can filter with this now. Let's say less than. Let me try a filter. Let's say I want to filter between 1 and 5. Okay, so these are the sales personnel ranking between 1 to 5. Now, let's go back to the PowerPoint and see some things we've been able to do. Okay, we'll be able to do this. Okay, now, having done all this, we need to also learn how to represent this visually. So I am going to plot a graph using, I was supposed to use this, but since the dates are long, I'm going to use serial number and profits to plot a simple graph to show how the profits margin looks like visually for this period of 30 days. So how do you plot a graph here? First, I'm going to highlight the column, the first column. Then I'm going to hold my control key on the keyboard. The control key is on the left end. I'm going to hold my control key because I need to highlight a second column. So I'll come to the profits and highlight this profit. I'm not going to add the total, mind you. The total is not part of the data. Good. Now, simply, I'll go to my menu here. You see insert. Now, on the insert, there are so many things you can insert here. You see recommended charts. Let's try recommended charts. Excel by default. Okay. So simply, I just want to plot a line chart. So I'll come here, click on the line charts. This chart is not looking very far. I will need to investigate the data again to know if I have added a total. Okay, see, I selected the total, so that is why that's happened. I was not supposed to add the total in the selection. So let me go again. That is why you also need to learn how to investigate your data, find out if it's in order before you plot a graph. So I'm stopping it right here, exactly. Go back to insert, then a line graph. I'll use this.